just be who you are, and don't allow any of other people's input, comments, behaviors, or actions get in the way of doing what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people say. All that matters is how you see and view and talk and love yourself.
I would tell myself to look in at who I am instead of what everyone tells me I am. I would tell myself to find my identity in what I believe my grounding is, and to not allow others to make my identity what they say it is.
I think at the beginning of my journey, I just thought, I'm going to show you I can do it. Even though I was told that I couldn't, or had a lot of negative comments told to me, there was something inside of me. I had a fire, and I just knew that, no, this is wrong. I can do this. I can.
Many people suffer from PTSD in the sense that you get stuck in what has happened to you, a phase of your life that has happened to you, that it may be a silent residue going on in the back of your life, but it's there, and it haunts you. And I didn't realize that it was happening, but I've been broken in all the right places. And let me tell you what that means. That PTSD has come from when I was a little girl. Like I said earlier, I suffered a lot of rejection, a lot of abuse and neglect and all of that stuff. And when I was around 9 years old, I was actually held hostage by family members for money and beaten for days. And it was me and my cousins, and my cousin was tied to a tree, and gasoline was poured on her. And a gentleman that I did not know walked back and forth with a lit cigarette, and he was going to flick it on her. And I remember standing there as a little girl and seeing adults, my family, just different people who I had this image of, and they were just standing there. And because my self-esteem wasn't all that great, I figured, I'm a little girl, but, I was standing there too, but there was something inside of me saying, this is not right. Somebody do something.
Channeling your energy into a more positive place, and I've taken up meditation. I've taken up just like a healthy lifestyle living, and not doing on having always a glass of wine when I'm dealing with my issues. Instead, I'll go for a walk or a run or go to the gym. Just kind of dealing with my stress in more healthy ways. So that way I'm not seeing my visions and my goals and my dreams with my business as a negative. So that way I'm not taking the stress out that does come with that when you're kind of balancing a bunch of different obstacles and taking them on. So I think I would say definitely channeling your energy into a more positive place instead of becoming so stressed out, and actually realizing it and being able to recognize it before it becomes something that could hold you back from succeeding.
No matter how things appear at the time, there's always growth, there's always progress, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And some of our most difficult circumstances end up creating the biggest, brightest light. And we just never know at the time. So I would just have really the listeners, the viewers, recognize that having faith in the process and the outcome just generates a certain amount of trusting that the universe will always take care of you.
Not to hide your struggles. I think a lot of times we try to make it seem like we're more successful or doing better, and just we've never had to struggle to get where we are. And that's very disheartening to someone who is struggling. So whatever it is that you're going through, whatever your hardship is and wherever you're having a hard time, share that with somebody else, because a lot of times people quit on their own dreams because it looks like it was easier for everybody else to get there. So they feel like, well, if I'm struggling so much, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. So they give up on themselves. But if they knew that everybody else struggled as well and it wasn't, day one, start the business and day two become successful, then they'd stick it out and make it work.